Hello again. Taking action against our government in the High Court is colossally expensive. We are talking hundreds of thousands of pounds, and I seriously doubt if anybody watching this video, no matter how aggrieved they might be with the current administration, could possibly afford to take such a step, seeking judicial review and all the rest of it. Some people, though, can afford to instruct expensive barristers to draw up the paperwork and seek judicial reviews of government policy. The day before yesterday, 16 asylum seekers, supposedly penniless refugees, were able to instruct lawyers to represent them at a hearing in the High Court. I know what you're thinking. Hang on a minute. If all this is so frightfully expensive and out of our price range, and this bunch of poverty-stricken foreigners can manage to do it. I'll come to that in a moment. The aim of the action, which is still going on, is to reverse a decision by the Home Office relating to the so-called one-in, one-out policy of deporting unsuccessful asylum seekers back to France. The grounds for this action are that the Home Secretary says that when considering whom to hoof back to France, the question of who is a victim of modern slavery should not be considered. The reason for this is that pretending to be victims of modern slavery is the latest fashionable excuse for seeking asylum here. These things go through phases. At one time, everybody was pretending to be Afghanis or Iranians. At others, men trying to pass themselves off as children. Currently, the big thing is being a victim of modern slavery, and around 40% of those crossing the channel in small boats now are claiming asylum on those grounds. It's the most popular racket at the minute. So you ask yourself, what bunch of mischief makers is funding these legal challenges, and who is paying the bill for those human rights lawyers? Ha ha, you are, you mugs, through your taxes. Last July, the government increased the legal aid budget for lawyers working on behalf of asylum seekers to £60 million. £60 million a year. This was an increase of 30% on the previous budget for this part of the legal aid bill, which was £47 million a year. Not nearly enough, you see. Sensing a fantastic opportunity, a bunch of greedy and unscrupulous lawyers have now taken the opportunity to launch this hugely expensive case against the government. In other words, the government is trying on the one hand to deport some of this riffraff, but they are also handing £60 million a year to lawyers, which will allow the illegal immigrants to fight the deportation orders. And the whole thing is being paid for by us, the taxpayers. Nice work if you can get it. In the description to this video, I give a couple of links about all this.